Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Spectromancer. We're finally on the third and final campaign map, and these are the first three opponents we have to choose from. Yeah, here's Clam, who looks a lot like his main tactic. The enemies of your enemies, the merfolk, once again have a special proposal for one with your unique abilities. Recently, fearsome and alien mages have been rising from the deep to threaten their realms. Defeat the greatest of these, and they will give you access to their coastal spy network. Clam starts with a starfish in play. Yeah. Basically, the starfish starts out with, I don't know, at least the way I've played it before, the starfish starts out with a much higher strength, and then you kill it, and it divvies up into two at half strength and so on until you finally defeat them when they're at this attack 1 life 2 level. And we get a totem of life, which would give us +3 life. Or this one, okay, Quicksilver. The elemental lord you freed from Bori's land sends you one of his trusted lieutenants with valuable information. As the messenger approaches, the mechanician Quicksilver, by command of the council, attacks both of you. Yeah, you'll start duel with Earth Elemental at your side, and we have to defeat him without losing the Earth Elemental. It's kind of like on the previous map where we had a Minotaur commander and we had to keep him alive. And our reward would be a Ring of Water or a Ring of Earth, so +1 of one or the other type of power. Then here is Soroka. You come across a small island floating above the plains. As you approach, you are attacked from above by its sole occupant and are forced to respond in kind. Soroka gains an extra air power each turn. Well, it seems pretty straightforward. And our reward would either be an upgrade of the Tornado card or an upgrade of the Forest Sprite card. I think we're going to start with Clam. So the battle's still the same way I remember it from earlier versions of Spectromancer. It should be pretty fun. So let's take a look. Yeah, see, it starts out at 416. Eventually it'll get down to the 1-2 level that we saw. Okay, I'm going to put an upgraded Minotaur commander in front of that. Okay, then we'll follow up with a Merfolk Elder in front of his Priest of Fire. Yeah, I'm actually recording this in the middle of the afternoon. We've had some rather heavy wet snow today. You know, temperatures hovering just around the freezing point. Yeah, roughly around 0 Celsius or low 30s Fahrenheit. And they close the schools early. Yeah, see, the starfish split in half, so now each one is 4 strength, attack 4, life 8. And Clam's just, or attack 6 if you've got an orc chieftain in there. Okay, I think we'll hire a merfolk apostate. And then I will take a sip of my hot cocoa wild brew. Which seemed like the most practical thing on a cold, wet day like this. Oops. Okay. I think we'll try another Minotaur commander. Yeah. And each time you kill off the starfish, it splits into two more that are, fewer hit points or lower attack or both. Now Clam cast Stone Rain, and that basically killed everything. Now we finally have room for a giant spider. And he summons the Phoenix. And I think we'll summon a Templar. Alright. Yeah, Damping Tower increases the cost of all opponent spells. Okay, we'll bring back our tame griffin. Clam summon the forest sprite. Okay, we'll summon a merfolk elder to block that phoenix. Clam doesn't have too many hit points left, by the way. Okay, go with a Templar. And summon another turtle. Let's see. Yes, I think we'll summon a tornado and get rid of that damping tower. Which we didn't really need to do, since that gave us enough attacks to get rid of him anyway. In gratitude, the merfolk swear to pass on any information they gather from their spies on the coast, and point out the valuable item from among the unfathomable mass of Clam's possessions. So we got a life totem. 3 extra life at the beginning of each duel. Okay, now still have a choice of Quicksilver or Soroka. I'm going to try Soroka first. Okay, and I think we will start by summoning a Fire Drake. And Soroka summons a Fairy Sage. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's one thing I like about recording Spectromancer is that I don't have to press a certain key on the keyboard to release the mouse from the game screen. I can move it freely from the game screen to the little mini window for BB Flashback and back without any problem. Okay, summon a upgraded air elemental. And Soroka summons the fire elemental. And I'll summon an upgraded troll. Alright, Soroka summons an Insanian Lord. Okay, and I think it's time for another Fire Drake. Soroka summons another Phoenix. Okay. I think I'll go with Divine Meddling. Alright. And she summons an Insanian Peacekeeper. And I think I'll go with Chain Lightning, which basically finishes her off. Okay. Her head hung in defeat. The wild Soroka humbly asks that you spare her life in exchange for her knowledge of the winds. You see no advantage in correcting her assumption of your lack of mercy. So we can either upgrade the Tornado card, or I think we'll upgrade the Forest Sprite, which will give her a couple extra life. Okay, so now we have Quicksilver, or we have El Rio. Knowing the Council cannot depend on the allegiance of a madman like El Rio, you seek to parley with him, hoping to gain an ally in this enemy realm. As he approaches, you see that he isn't alone. El Rio starts duel with Mad Cats of El Rio at his side, and they do not have a description of them. But we defeat him, we get another Totem of Life. I think we'll try him. Okay. Deals 4 damage to its owner's other creatures each turn. Okay. You know, if I were him, I'd be trying to kill that critter off. Okay, I'll Rio summon to Fire Drake. I'll summon an upgraded Wall of Lightning. Okay, time for a Merfolk Elder. And El Rio summons an Insanian Peacekeeper. Okay, I'll summon an upgraded Troll. Okay, I think another upgraded Wall of Lightning. And he summons an Insanian Catapult. I bet he wishes he could catapult his Mad Cats. Summon a Crusader, which has a rather nice healing ability. And he summons the Water Elemental, which has its own nice healing ability. Okay. Yep, I think we'll try Rage of God. Okay, and he casts Stone Rain. Which killed almost everything. I'm going to summon another upgraded Minotaur Commander. He casts Inferno. Ooh, look at that. Yep, Chain Lightning. And that finishes him off. Your gamble didn't pay off, but at least you can claim a minor reward from among the possessions of the Crazed Wizard. So, yep, another +3 life. So now we still have Quicksilver. Or we have Bone Fist, a cruel and bloodthirsty mage who revels in watching creatures tear each other to pieces. His prized possession is a trained dragon whose presence drains all spell energy. Sounds like he probably came from Baffler Roost. Yeah, all spells cost twice as much for both players. Ooh! And we get some buffs for our griffin from that battle. Otherwise, we have Jafara. You've heard that a sacrifice to the demigoddess Jafara will grant great power and knowledge. Be warned, however, that entering her temple unwisely may provoke her wrath. You'll start duel with Altar of Sacrifice. Your opponent will start duel with huge amount of life. Either defeat her or collect 30 of each magical power, and believe me, it's easier to collect 30 of each magical power. And the, so we can either upgrade that kind of griffin, not our tame one, or upgrade the Inferno. I think we'll start with Bone Fist. He looks a bit wild-eyed. Yeah, so the creatures cost the same amount to summon, but the spells cost twice as much. Okay, and we're summoning a giant turtle. Alright, he casts meditation. Okay, we summon an upgraded wall of lightning. He summons a fairy sage. And he killed off my griffin. Wow. Okay, we'll summon a forest sprite to block the baffler dragon. He summons an earth elemental. We'll summon another upgraded wall of lightning. Okay, he summons a bargool. We'll summon a fire dragon. No, I think actually we will summon a Holy Avenger. He casts meditation. Okay, there aren't any spells that we can cast, so we're going to skip our turn. But we just defeated him anyway. In Bonefist Twisted Kettles, you discover a potion which he used to increase the savagery of his pets. Perhaps it could be put to use for your companion as well. So the potion of Scorpion's Blood, each time your pet is resummoned, it deals 6 damage to the creature in the opposite slot. Or the portion of Troll's Blood, each time you use pet's ability, your pet completely regenerates. I think I'm going to try the Scorpion's Blood potion. Because I don't use the pet's ability that often. Okay, so we still have Jafara. Or we have Tocap, the Chaos Master. You risk your mind by traveling into the Valley of the Lethe, where only its Lord Tocap is master of his own memory. Before entering, you ponder the ancient riddle of the Lethe. The only way to remember is to forget. So, yeah, the special rule this time is each time you use a card of a particular type of mana, you may not reuse that card until all cards of that mana type have been used. We get another Totem of Life. Or we remember Imelda the Beautiful? She makes a comeback as Imelda the Scarred. And she comes with a Mega Colossus. And our reward for defeating her would be the Sapphire Spyglass. But I think I'm going to try dueling Tocap there. Okay, so I'm going to start with a Fire Drake. And notice the Fire Drake is no longer available. He summons a Priest of Fire. I'm going to summon an upgraded giant turtle. In earlier versions of the game, you'd see something a little like this in some of the early rounds where you just plain didn't have that many cards to use. Okay, we're going to summon an elf hermit. He summons an Insanian shaman. Okay. We will summon a Templar. Maybe there. He summons an Orc Chieftain. We'll summon an upgraded Goblin Berserker. Right, he summons a Priest of Fire. Okay. I think we'll do an upgraded Chain Lightning. He summons an Insanian Berserker. Yeah, at least with the way this particular battle is set up, you're not going to see multiples of any one creature. Okay, I think we'll summon an Ice Golem. And Tocap is running out of life points, except they just cast Rejuvenation. Well, I think we'll cast Nature's Ritual on our pet griffin. Oh yeah. And our Ice Golem healed a little bit because we used a spell. Tocap summons an Ice Guard. Okay, we'll cast Lightning Bolt. And that finishes him off. Unsure of why you came to the valley in the first place, you depart with nothing but a keepsake of your victory. Well, we get a life totem, +3 life. Now we have Drizzle the Cool, an illusionist. The merfolk inform you that the council is mustering an army of at Lord Drizzle's keep on the Sea of Ice. If you hurry, you may catch them before they're prepared. Drizzle the Cool gains an extra water power each turn. And if we defeat him, we can either upgrade the Barghoul or upgrade the Water Elemental. Or we have Yamamoto, who, for somebody with a Japanese name, looks an awful lot like a Native American. All manner of ancient beasts flock to your banner, apparently seeing the righteousness of your cause. One of the greatest of these, Lumbox the Giant, has been ensorcelled by the council and is watched over by the warlord Yamamoto. Yeah, so when his life drops to 30 or less, he wakes up and becomes a raging giant. And our reward would be either an upgrade of Acidic Rain or an upgrade of the Fire Drake. And at this point, we're just about out of time, so I think we're going to end the episode here, and when we come back, we'll pick one of these guys to fight. And so we will see you then.